Well, good morning. Here we are back in the kitchen. I was thinking the other day why I love cooking so much, and I remember being really impressed as a young lad about how our family came together around the dinner table and the impact of my mother's cooking and my nan's cooking and all the family implications of cooking food. And I begged them at a very early age to teach me to cook. I was only 6, and they started me off after lots of badgering with eggs. Now I look back today and realise that a boiled egg is one of the simplest things you can do, but actually chefs in the kitchen are asked to cook that quite often as part of their interview because it's quite difficult. I didn't know this at the time. I was slightly disappointed until the great day they said, right, off you go, you're on your own, you're doing boiled eggs for breakfast. We want them soft and melting in the middle. And they just left. That was it. I was stuck in the kitchen on my own, and all I had to keep me going was the teaching they'd given me and a sense that perhaps they were there to support me if I really needed it. It was a really scary moment. So today I thought we'd cook an egg. Our reading today is Acts 1:1-11. It's Ascension Day. I've always sort of struggled with Ascension Day a bit because it's when, Jesus leaves the apostles, having taught them, been through his death and resurrection, and then he goes away and leaves his apostles to spread the word. In fact, that's what he tells them to do. You're there to spread the word. And they're looking up to heaven as he disappears into the clouds. And I would imagine they were feeling a bit bereft, a little bit like me when my mother left me in the kitchen to cook eggs. But that looking up is immediately stopped when 2 angels speak to them and say, why are you looking upwards? He will come again and go out and spread the word. And I often think that perhaps the steam we have going on here in our little ecosystem is a little bit like that. We can cook our egg in our boiling water, and the steam perhaps is rising. But if we just leave the lid off, it will boil dry. Where is our future coming from? Where is our hope coming from? Where is our energy coming on? Where is the medium that we can cook in coming from? If you put the lid back on, you can see the steam turning into moisture again in the lid surface and dripping back in. And if the lid's off, it obviously goes into the atmosphere and we can get water from a tap. Somewhere in this system, we're able to renew our water energy, to cook our boiled egg or to steam our food. Now when you've got your water going, boiling away, pop your egg in and bring it up to the boil. And actually they say you should take 3 minutes to boil your egg, but actually it's been in the fridge, it'll be a different temperature, so I often leave it 4, perhaps even 5 minutes if it's very cold fridge. And then we'll have our egg at the end of it, all cooked in this lovely system. And of course I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm steaming a bit of asparagus in there as well, which will look nice. Put the lid back on and it won't boil dry. So here we are, the moment of truth. Will it be a beautifully cooked, soft boiled egg? Let's have a look. Oh yes, look at that. Lovely and runny and soft in the middle. That's going to be absolutely delicious. But of course, we still have boiling water left to do more boiled eggs in the future. And if we keep the lid on, we can keep the steam going, or we can just fill up from the tap because that steam is recirculating. And perhaps that's the thought for today on Ascension Day. Jesus does leave us in the world, but we have the Holy Spirit to power us, we have the groundwater of God's love, and we have the promise of return. So let's go out and cook and use the love and the care that Jesus leaves us with to make life better and to build the kingdom here. Amen.
Lovely breakfast, thank you, Dad.